This is Leatherneck and Gazette's Andrew Lubin talking this morning with Bill Golden, CEO of DefenseCareers.com. Bill, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Let's talk about Marines.
Exactly. Bill, with the recent announcement of defense cutbacks, Marine Corps is going to lose 20,000 Marines in the next few years. How are they going to get jobs?
It will be a challenge in a lot of ways. You know, the current unemployment rate for young military of all type under the age of 26 recently hit 31%. And for many of those young Marines without a college degree, the unemployment rate within the U.S. for those without a college degree is 23% under the age of 26. So it's going to be a challenge. But I think that if we work through what that challenge means and how to translate some skills, that the jobs are there.
Well, how is a young Marine getting out in the next 2 or 3 years? He's probably 24 to 26 years old. He's had 2, maybe 3 deployments. Combat arms, artillery, infantry, tanks. What civilian careers can he look forward to? And how can defense careers help him?
Okay. First off, those who are in combat arms really need to kind of step back and realize that obviously the skills that they learned in combat arms don't readily apply in the civilian sector, but what they have learned is get the mission done. And that's very important, and that's something that employers prize, but what employers want is your ability to relate to what it is they do. So for a young Marine or a Marine of any age, what I would tell them is first, step back, sit down and ask yourself some questions. Where would I like to live? How much money do I need to live? Doing a cost of living analysis is very important. For example, we often have, I counsel Marines in the Washington and North Carolina areas. And the Virginia Marines will say, gosh, you know, I got offered a job for $85,000 here in Northern Virginia, and the North Carolina Marine will say, well, you know, I got offered what I thought was a decent job, but it only pays about $55,000 to $60,000 in North Carolina. The cost of living, though, is so much different that the North Carolina Marine is probably best off. So the first thing to do is to think about where you live or want to live and what the cost of living is, and you got to adjust appropriately. Secondly, you need to look at what industries are active in that area. Instead of you going out and saying, I need a job like this, ask yourself who is there, and then and we can help you do that economic analysis. If you go to DefenseCareers.com, you will see on the top of our page a guru icon. Every Marine, we welcome the opportunity for them to just click the icon, describe where they want to go, what their skills are, and we'll help scope that market for them. And never do we charge any military member at any time for any service that we provide to them.
That's excellent. How does a young Marine get resume help? He doesn't know anything about how to write a resume. He's probably gone from high school to the Corps, through boot camp to his MOS school. How does he even learn this world at all?
Okay, resume help, there's a number of ways that you should approach this. First off, the Marine Corps does a pretty good job of helping young Marines at least get together a very basic resume. Secondly, there's tons of information on the internet about resumes. My advice, though, is never pay anyone to help you put together a resume. There's seldom a need for anyone to give you paid advice. So put that money back in your pocket. There are many things you can do with it. Now, we can help you put together your resume. We have put together on our website some example resumes that us working with employers is how employers would like to see it. There's no such thing as a perfect resume. There are very bad resumes, but there's no such thing as a perfect resume. Our guidelines, we believe, will help a Marine take their military service and make it relevant to an employer. And we offer lots of advice, just not a format. Make it relevant to an employer by helping pick out the parts of a Marine skill set that's going to appeal.
Okay. Now, what does a young officer do? Your junior officers, your lieutenants, and your captains, are they employable, or are they going to walk into a field of, into an employment market where they're SOL also?
Okay. Young officers, or junior officers as industry likes to refer to them, and I know for some captains they don't like to be thought of as a junior officer, but that's kind of the reality of the marketplace, depending upon what level of skills a captain brings. But generally, a lieutenant or a captain is going to be thought of as a junior officer. If they have skills which apply to industry, they should have no problem whatsoever. So they could come out of communications or logistics. They should do fine. Now, there are a number of Marines that work within, let's say, base maintenance, facilities maintenance, combat engineers. There is incredible demand for these people, and what they need to realize is that quite often they're helping run a city. It could be a tactical city halfway across the world, or it could be a real city such as Quantico Marine Corps Base or some other base. Every town and county and state within the country needs these folks. What they need to do is step back and do a little bit of homework as to what civil engineering means and civil management, and they will find tons of jobs. Public administration jobs is a good Google word. Junior or mid-level public administration jobs. And then you put like Nevada, California, wherever you want to go back to, a city name. Now, for combat arms, again, their skills do not readily apply, but employers seek out junior officers for a couple of reasons. Junior officers have an outstanding education. They've also just spent anywhere from 4 to 6 years in the school of hard knocks, and they understand get the mission done. There are plenty of companies looking for these types of folks. Now, they don't go out and say, I'm looking for combat arms that get the mission done. They often will say, they will actually advertise for junior officers, seeking junior officers. Just go to Google, put in junior officer job opportunities, Connecticut, Nevada, Texas, wherever, and their employers advertising. The second thing is, if you don't find something like that, seek out junior management positions. And I know if you've spent 4 to 6 years in the Marines, the idea of a junior management position may not seem that impressive, but quite often companies that are looking for these kinds of folks have a short training program of anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to help integrate you into industry, and they're looking for these junior officers because, again, their education, their ability to get the job done. If we just reorient them to our industry, industry loves these folks. Out in Greenville, South Carolina is a good example. They rebuild strategic intelligence aircraft for Raytheon. These are just mega aircraft that's high technology, but many of the program officers that I have met there are former armor officers. So when I asked them what the key to their success is in an Air Force heavy environment, they said, we're told our ability to put a boot up someone's ass is what they're looking for when they brought us on board.
So if that's not a management technique from the Marine Corps, I'm not sure what is.
I tell you.
That's right. Yeah, I remember, I think somebody told me that the city manager over Dumfries at Triangle was a Marine E9. So clearly there's an easier than expected transition into that field.
Well, sure, and that goes back to the public administration careers I mentioned. Many towns and even cities, we have a number of cities here in Virginia. I'm out of Prince William County, very close to Quantico Marine Corps Base. We have a number of towns and cities here that actually hire the city management, the local management. So rather than elect them, they go out and say, look, we need someone that can minimize traffic issues, keep the sewers running, handle all the day-to-day stuff. And they look for people who can come in and say, we can do that, and here's how much money we're looking for. So public administration jobs, city management, town management, association management. There are probably 20,000 different associations. You could think of them as nonprofit, and they all are. but associations such as the American Airline Pilots Association, or just any number of associations, the Association of Military Comptrollers, for example, that they need management and they turn to, quite often, to military to come in because they get the job done.
Bill, you run two websites with jobs listed, defensecareers.com and usajobzoo.com. Is this service free to the Marine, or do they have to pay you for for your knowledge?
Oh, no. Everything we do is free, and we run a lot more than that. Our parent company is intelligencecareers.com, and we're a Virginia corporation. We've been here since 1997. We actually run more than 120 websites under such names as usacaliforniajobs.com, usavirginiajobs.com, usasoftwaredeveloperjobs.com. The bottom line is, on all of our websites, every service we offer to anyone trying to find a job is free. Whether it's telling you how much we think you're worth in the marketplace, which is a service we provide. If you tell me that you're going to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you're looking for a junior network administrator job, we believe that we can tell you within $3,000 how much money you should be asking for. Or wherever you go, so your resume review telling you how much you're worth. We offer more than 9,000 jobs at any given time on our Defense Careers website. And we offer almost 90,000 jobs at any given time on our usajobzoo.com website. Always free. We never charge for anything, except to an employer, but never to someone trying to find their next job or career.
Okay. Bill, I see on your website you do a lot of traveling. You're speaking in Germany for a week on different Army bases. What can you do for the Marine Corps?
I look forward to doing seminars. And when I go to Germany, I'm actually a guest of the Association of the United States Army. I will be representing the job market to military members of all services in Europe when I go over in mid-February. I'll also be in Honolulu, Hawaii, February 6th through February 12th, and I will be meeting with all the branches of services there as well. I'll be at the Halikoa on the 9th, and our featured guest will be the Defense Intelligence Agency and SAIC, plus some other employers. But if there are a group of Marines and there are 20 or more that are willing to give me 3 hours of their time, and I will take up to 6, and they should have a coffee pot, I will come out and give them a Bill Golden, This Is How I See the World seminar. It's going to be a little bit different than some of the seminars that they've gone through, because I don't feel the need to be politically correct. Sometimes my language slips a little. But my goal is to have young Marines and military members understand that it is a challenging world out there, and the kind of slick approach that they're giving in the military transition classes, it's good info, but they're going to have to get a little bit nittier and grittier to be successful. And that's what I give in my seminars. So if 20 Marines or more are willing to get together and put on a coffee pot, contact me. You can contact me through any of our websites. And we have a 1-800 number, 1-800-919-8284. We'll schedule a time for me to come out and spend time with the Marines. I look forward to it.
That sounds good. This is Leatherneck and Gazette's Andrew Lubin speaking with Bill Golden from DefenseCareers.com. Bill, thank you for the time today.
Thank you.